So yeah, this is going to be the third chapter I've ever given a 10 out of 10 since I've been Zhoniin and reviewing chapters on this channel. First one was One Punch Man chapter 92 in 2018, and then coincidentally, the second one happened not too long ago with My Hero chapter 330. And then now with One Punch Man chapter 154. And keep in mind, the chapter that we just got last week is also chapter 154. This is just the continuation of it. So the God stuff and the stuff in this chapter is all one chapter. And before this, I had My Hero chapter 330 as the definitive chapter of the year. But this just beat it for sure. Not only is this chapter of the year, this is just one of the best manga chapters I've ever read. And also, before we get into this, could you please subscribe to this channel? I know a lot of you watch my new videos from like recommended, and that's cool and everything, but could you also just please subscribe? I mean, come on. Holidays, maybe you're feeling a little generous, and maybe I'll introduce you to a new series that you didn't think you'd be interested in. But anyway, we're starting off with the full Platinum S reveal here. And by full, I mean because he's kind of been transforming for like 3 updates now. But now that he's had his Dragon Ball Z reveal, everyone is bearing witness to ostensibly maybe the strongest Earth-based monster we've ever seen. But this is going to be like stocks and crypto in this chapter because that's going to fluctuate. Also similar to what's going on with Dragon Ball Super right now, if you've been following that. But we're also getting a fun little sad sequence here with King just standing there waiting to fire off his wave motion cannon. Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! But we're also seeing that a low sugar level child emperor is still full in his delusion about King. And you might have seen this on Twitter, but I said like King is so powerful that he's even detrimental to his teammates because he's like lowering Child Emperor's IQ, his strongest weapon. I mean, it says low sugar levels, but that doesn't account for full-blown delusion. And then the sequence just gets better with King like unfolding his arms, and just that being a grandiose sequence in itself. I love it. It's like, because you're just watching him and just him moving his arms like, oh, oh, oh. And then it evolves into cheering and chanting. They're like, yeah, King, yeah! It's like these guys are essentially gods compared to humans, especially in their world. And to an extent, they are viewed as gods. The same way that like the Avengers are viewed in the MCU. But even with that level of fame and power, there's still levels to it. And we're seeing that with King. He's at such a high level where now they are becoming the fans of him. It just shows how King's fame and notoriety and aura just transcend what it means to be famous or powerful. He's almost like a force of nature to the heroes or something, as to where it's not a question of if he can take a monster out, it's just when he's going to do it. And when he's in mid-thought thinking that they like want him to die, because on the other side of the fence here, as delusional as they are, he is also as delusional about their faith in him. But then we get this intense follow-up sequence where he just beyond speed blitzes the heroes chanting here, and I like that Puri somehow at the last second is able to save Child Emperor Genos and Tatsumaki. And it's not really made clear what he's doing because it's so fast, but considering his boob head tail thing is like whipping in the panel afterwards, it's possible he might have just like, you know, whipped them. But then Platinum S gets into like his fighting stance and he's like, I'm aware, King, of what your desire is. To have a one-on-one battle against me in my perfect, flawless 54 trillion merger. And when you try to fire off that cannon, in that same instance, I'll send your head flying. And then King is contemplating that like his last resort is just getting on his knees and begging for his life, essentially. But we're cutting away from that and we're coming back to Vomited Fear Ugly coming across a KO'd Bang. We saw this in the first part of this chapter, after Garo had grazed Bang with the explosion release fist. Is that the name of it? I think that was the name of it. But on the other end, Bang had cleanly connected with Garo's face and it like cracked his candy coating. And he was like distracted by that, and we saw that's when Vomited Fear Ugly came in. And that brings us to him about to full body melting punch an unconscious Bang. But at the same time, we see Garo's monster candy coating crack, and it looks like in fact his human eye and flesh an eyebrow is under there. But then he also has like a werewolf style awakening and goes on to have one of the greatest sequences in the series. And that's saying a lot because this series has a lot of cutting edge, genre defining sequences in it. We're all within, I think, 1/100th of a second, he is kicking through Vomited Fear Ugly, killing him, then Olympic style sprinting down to where Platinum S is, and coincidentally converging with him at the exact same time that King has chanted his wave motion cannon into effect. But also in the midst of all this chaos, King is also revealing his secret to everyone, but it's falling on deaf ears anyway. But meanwhile, in this world where time has essentially stopped, Evil Natural Water is still cognizant here and can see Garo. This kind of reminds me of like Superman following the Flash in the Justice League movie. And he fires off on Garo, but obviously that's gonna do nothing. And Garo goes on to give him like a 1,000 piece combo and just eviscerates him. And meanwhile, from the perspective of onlookers, it appears that King has just destroyed Platinum S, Vomited Fear Ugly, and Evil Natural Water with one single attack. This is just perfect. I don't know what else I could say about this, and I feel lucky that I'm able to witness this as it releases, because this is surely going to be goated afterwards. Hey, if you've made it this far, maybe you'd be interested in following me on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there, and I talk about all the new battle anime and manga stuff going on, all of the new spoilers, and big news and releases and all that stuff, as well as just nerd culture and pop culture and topical stuff. Maybe sometimes I'll even try to post some crappy memes too to liven up your timeline. But if Instagram's more your thing, you could also follow me on there too. I'm not as active, but I definitely plan on being more active there starting next year. So yeah, please check out my other social medias. Thanks guys. And then to put the cherry on top of this perfect little Sunday we have here, Blast's Event Horizon wormhole thing opens up and Flashy Flash Saitama and Monako get spit out of it. So they're back now. And also it appears that Garo has regained his cognizance now, so that's cool too. But yeah, this combined with the first part, you know, the god stuff, truly remarkable stuff here. As good as it gets. Let me know what you think about this chapter in the comments, guys. I'll probably make a follow-up video to this sometime soon. I also got to make a God video too, so like I said, please subscribe because I got content coming out all December. I'm going to try to double upload as much as I can. But yeah, have a great day, guys. I'll see you in the next one.